What is up, everybody? I am Get Flanked, and today Valorant put out a new State of the Agents article. This is where the character producer for the game comes in and talks about the biggest issues regarding the agents in the game currently. He talks about some balance changes that they're looking at, and also gives us kind of some hints at the next agent that's going to be coming into the game. So lots of stuff here. It's a really exciting article. We're going to get some information about Viper and some potential tweaks that may be coming her way, as well as Yoru, how he's performing so far, and maybe some buffs coming his direction. And then also, again, that sneak peek at the next agent. So with that said, let's jump into this. I'm not going to read it all word for word. We'll kind of summarize it here. And I'm going to be giving you my opinions as we go along here. I want to make it perfectly clear that you guys realize, like, I don't play at the highest level of Valorant. I'm still learning the game. I'm playing in that silver gold elo currently. So keep that in mind as we go along. I'm going to be giving you my opinions based upon what I'm seeing at that level. And that's really all I can do. So with that said, let's jump into this article, okay? So again, it's the character producer for the game. And basically, he starts out here with Viper, okay? And basically, they want to change Viper. I think they recognize that of the controllers, she's like the least played, and they're trying to fix that, I think. But you know, they don't want to rush into it, okay? And kind of their words here, the next patch is not going to have a Viper buff or Viper tweak in any way. They say we need to spend more time really defining where she fits within the choice competition amongst Brimstone and Omen. She has a really unique spot within the roster, and we want to make sure that any work we do goes towards highlighting the specific play patterns she represents in conjunction with her power fantasy. See, I don't really think that Viper is weak. I think that Viper is harder to use than Omen and Brimstone. But when you come across people who really know how to use Viper, I feel like she's very strong. So I think I understand where they're coming from here. And I think that balancing Viper is a difficult task for them. I could see them, if they tweak her the wrong way, I could see her going way over the edge as far as being like OP. So definitely not an easy task. And it looks like they're taking their time, which is encouraging. Next is Yoru, where they talk about Yoru tore his way into the fight this year, and we were stoked to see how excited y'all have been to play him. It's only been a few weeks since we launched, but we noticed that mastery of his infiltration tools are not leading to the level of success we'd hoped for. So given the current state of Yoru, we're looking into some near future buffs. So maybe some Yoru buffs next patch. And I think the big thing there is that he's not performing at the level that they want him to. I would say that I do recognize that in game. I kind of feel the same way. And for me, whenever I start looking at buffs, what could they do? I think first of all, his TP, I would limit the range in which you can hear it and where you know it's there. Like right now, it seems like it's very tough to use his TP to be aggressive because the enemy team will be able to hear it. They know where it's at and they can sit there and camp it. And if they limited that area of effect where enemies can hear that TP going by them or where it's at, I think that would make it significantly stronger. Like right now, the TP, you can use it to get out of situations, but using it aggressively to get into situations, it's not very effective. As far as his ult where he goes invisible, I kind of feel the same way there. I just feel like if they limited the area of effect where enemy teams can feel the presence of him while he's invisible, I think that would make it significantly stronger. I wouldn't reduce like the animation or the cooldown when he comes out of TP to when he can fire. I wouldn't make that any quicker. I think they have to be very careful with both of these mechanics personally, because anytime you mess with invisibility, I think you're better off erring on the side of being like underwhelming than being overpowered, because if it's overpowered and picked a lot, it'll just be really, really infuriating to play against. So I understand why they launched Yoru this way. And I do think that he could use a tweak, and that's the direction I would go personally. And I think that might put him in a place where he's easier to use without being like infuriating to play against. But let me know what you guys think. What's your experience with Yoru? Do you agree with that? All right. So now they say what you're all here for. And I'll just read this. So this leaves us with the future. You've all been asking for another controller, and well, that's what you're going to get next. As we've discussed before, we're trying to push the boundaries when it comes to agents' abilities in Valorant. And so far, everything we've thrown at you has been less disruptive than we thought they'd be. That said, our next controller is a cosmic shift from the play patterns you've grown accustomed to. This one is for all you Galaxy Brain players out there that like to study everything that happens on a map. There are still a few topics we'd like to dive into, but that will come in a different article. Okay, so hints at the next agent coming into Valorant. It's going to be a controller. And interesting that they say, so far, everything we've thrown at you has been less disruptive than we thought. So, yeah, I mean, maybe the fact that they were able to introduce Yoru, somebody who can go invisible like that, and it hasn't had a big impact, has given them confidence to really push the boundaries even further. That kind of scares me, to be honest with you. I don't know. That sounds kind of scary, but I think the hints they give there, Galaxy Brain, Cosmic Shift. So something I would expect something like solar system, universe, stars, planetary. I don't know, something like that, outer space. And then, this one's for all you Galaxy Brain players out there that like to study everything that happens on a map. So a couple of interesting clues there. But I'm excited that a controller's coming. I am. This will be the first controller release since launch, I believe. Yeah, as far as I can, unless I'm missing something. So that's exciting. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think about what they said about Viper? What do you think about Yoru? What do you think about the next agent and the hints there? Do you have any ideas on what they could do based upon the hints? Let me know all that stuff down in the comments. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll have more coming your way here soon.